In this video, I'm going to talk about the baseline grid. So I'm going to create a new document, Command N or Control N, standard A4 portrait. Let's make 4 pages if I want to play around and make them facing pages. Standard default 12.7mm, about ½ inch margins, and click on Create. I've gone through general grids before and guides as well. And oh, by the way, I've got my options bar up here as well. So I'm under Window, Workspace and Essentials Classic. And if yours doesn't look like mine, don't worry, because I've moved things around. But if you can't find things, don't forget, you can always reset whichever saved workspace you've got. So I've got my Essentials Classic and I've got my Pages panel floating on the right. So I've gone through in previous videos guides and grids, etc. But now we're going to talk about something specific, which is the baseline grid. And let's do some text. Do a text box, and under the type menu, the penultimate command, fill with placeholder text. And I'll just duplicate this, Alt or Option drag. And generally, when you move things around, they don't match up. Okay, so when I'm reading along and I want to, let's say this is all the way over here, and I'm trying to sort of move over with my eyes, the lines don't match up. And to fix this, we can snap to a baseline grid, but we need the baseline grid set up first. The baseline grid is a grid, a horizontal grid, for your text only. I mean, obviously it should relate to your design layout generally, but this is for text. I'll go up to the View menu and I'll go down near the bottom to Grids and Guides and Show Baseline Grid. And here we go. Now, do be aware, if we zoom out too much, as you can see, it disappears. And that's only because InDesign is set after a certain percentage. When you zoom out, it doesn't show it because there's no point, it gets too busy. So if you can't see it, just zoom in, and here we go. And I'll double click into this first text box, Command or Control A. And what I want to do is I want to tell InDesign to snap, or the paragraphs to snap all the lines to the baseline. And I'm on the character panel here, the little A, and on the far right, I've got a big screen here. This is where my baseline grid snap is. And if I click on the 2 columns that are aligned together, they will now snap. If you've got a smaller monitor, you won't see everything that I've got here. So go to the paragraph area here, click on the paragraph button, and you've got it here in the middle as well. And now we have an issue. I mean, it works. As I move it around, you see every single line is snapped to the baseline, but there's a gap. And there's a gap because the leading of the text, let's double click in here and go back to the character information. I'm on 12.14.4 leading, but the baseline is not the same as the leading. As a result, the leading doesn't relate, and so it skips because it can't fit the second line onto the second line of the baseline grid because the leading won't let it. So what we can do, we can go up to the InDesign menu and Preferences. If you're on a Windows machine, it'll be under Edit and near the bottom, Preferences. We'll go to Grids, click on Grids. And here's the baseline grid. We have the color, here's the start, and I've set the margins to the default, which is 12.7mm, and that's where the start is here as well, which is correct. And relative to top of page, yes, although I can do top margin if I wanted to. And increment every, and this is the issue. The increment every means every line in the baseline grid is 12 point, but the leading is 14.4, so it doesn't fit. So if I change this to 14.4, and if I tab out, tab, not return, just to see it, yep, there we go, 14.4, it puts the PT in, and do OK. And now, you see, it fits my leading, my line spacing, and wherever I move this, it now snaps perfectly. This is a paragraph setting, and this is not set up in my style sheets or anything else like that. So I would have to go into another box and select everything and change the settings like we did before. So if I double click on this one, Command or Control A, and go up depending on where I am. Where's my There you go, on the far right because I'm on character. But if I go to the far left, click on the paragraph settings here, and I've got it more in the middle. There you go. Press escape, and now wherever I move it, they snap. So when I move them side by side and I hide everything, press the W key, you can see the lines roll straight on. And let's go to a facing set of pages. And W again to bring it up. There we go. And let's draw a couple of boxes on different sides of the facing pages, one on the left, one on the right. And let's insert text, fill with placeholder text, and do the same with this. And they're not set, they're not snapping. So Command A, and let's snap. Click on the other one, Command A, and let's snap. And when I move them around now, they will all snap, and they're the same on the verso and recto pages, the left and the right pages. And if I press the W key to hide everything, click off everything, everything is nicely aligned. What leading you use, what font size you use is entirely up to you. And therefore you can set, let's bring that back, you can set your baseline respectively to whatever you want. And so, for example, this is really body copy. So let's say I'm on 12 points. So let's say I'm going to do a heading, and I've decided my headings are 24, which is double. And let's just type in heading. And I will snap it. Let's go to the far right here. There we go. And this will work. And a heading is one line only. But obviously, headings do relate to the body copy, but they're double. You can see 2 to 1. So there's a relationship. So when you're setting up your document and you're setting up your font size and your leading for your headings, for your subheadings and your body copy, then whatever numbers you choose the baseline grid for the basic body copy, and everything should follow nicely in a relationship. In this case, I've chosen my heading as twice the size of the body copy, and I haven't changed the leading, but I should have done that as well. And whatever I decide to do, then all the text will snap nicely, and when I view it without the guides, there will be visually definitely a relationship between all the different styles of text. And that's how you use your baseline grid.